Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Here we are, our Wednesday afternoon lunch wrap, and I think we'll just look at John, the Gospel of John, chapter 9, and read through it verse by verse. I think many of us who already know John 9 can say it's encapsulated at the end of the chapter that this reason I came into the world, that those that see would be blind and those that are blind would be seeing. So that's where it's going to end up. That's what we're going to find, that it says that people that say they can see are not actually seeing, and those that are saying they can't see or knowing that they can't see are the ones that are seeing. So let's start from verse 1. It's long, 41 verses, so let's see how it goes. And so Jesus passed by. He saw a man which was blind from his birth. His disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? So we have people born blind. That could be you and me. And the blindness is spiritual because we have sinned. We have been born in sin. That's original sin. That means that Adam's sin is passed down to us, and we are, in effect, spiritually blind. We are dead in our sin in Ephesians 2, verse 1. And you hath he quickened who are dead in our sins and trespasses. Verse 3, Jesus answered, Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. It means, was his blindness a result of his sin or parents' sin? And in fact, the point is, they're not connected. That he's born blind for whatever reason, but the Lord reduces the reason to this is God. This is God's will that this happened to him. And by the way, there are infections that a baby can get in the birth canal of the mother that blinds the baby. That can happen. Like I think gonorrhea is one of them. Which would mean that the sinful lifestyle of the woman could be the cause of the blindness. But Jesus isn't saying that in this portion. He's saying it's not his sin nor his parents, but this is a plan from God, that the works of God should be made manifest. Verse 4, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night comes when no man can work. What is the meaning of that? But Jesus is on a mission, and the mission is in a time frame that he's working now in his ministry, but it will have an end. He will be gone. He will die on the cross, be raised from the dead, and ascend into heaven, and send the Spirit into the world, and the works of God will continue. But as long as I am in the world now, I am the light of the world, in verse 5. Now we have two things. We have eyes that are not working, and number two, light of the world. They go together. You can see because of light, and yet you need the eyes. So when he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground, made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay, and said unto him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way, therefore, and washed, and came seeing. Now, in Jerusalem, I don't know who was there the last time we were there. Anybody here? It was some years ago. We were at the pool. like they have, very, we were there. It's all an archaeological dig there, so there's a lot going on there. Like in that country in general, they're always finding more. So we could imagine this happening up by the, somewhere, but then being told to walk down to the pool and wash in the pool. You could see that. You could see it in the old city of David. You could see where the pool is. And so, that all that spatial orientation is interesting to remember and to think about. And he said, go wash in the pool. And he did. He went his way, therefore washed and came, seeing. But had he seen Jesus? Has he seen Jesus yet? No, he hasn't seen him. He doesn't know what he looks like. He hasn't seen him. But he heard him. He said, go and wash in the pool. Then when he did, now he's healed. So that's a interesting point, I think, that you can hear Jesus, but I haven't seen him yet. But I do come away seeing. And, well, who is he? I don't know. I haven't seen him, but I did hear him and obeyed him. So it's a picture for us, I think, of how we are living today. We haven't seen him, but we have heard him and operated in faith and came away seeing. The neighbors, therefore, and they which before had seen him, that he was blind, said, is not this he that sat and begged? Some said, this is he. Others said, he is like him. But he said, I am he. Therefore said they unto him, how were your eyes opened? He answered and said, a man that is called Jesus made clay, anointed my eyes, and said unto me, go to the pool of Siloam and wash. And I went and washed, and I received sight. Then said they unto him, where is he? He said, I don't know. And in a way, I don't know where he is, and it's not that important to me in a way, because I am seeing. I did what he said, and now I am seeing. So they brought to the Pharisees him that aforetime was blind, and it was a Sabbath day when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. So imagine they are missing. They're missing it. They don't understand. They are seeing the trees, but not the forest, right? They are seeing one thing, but they're missing a bigger picture. Like, what's going on here? A blind man has been healed, but they are focused on something else. Then again, the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. He said, he put clay upon my eyes, and I washed, and I do see. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, this man is not of God, because he keeps not the Sabbath day. Others said, how can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? There was a division among them. If you were in that group, which side of it would you be on? I think Purio would be on the bad side. We hope not. All right, so there's a division. And they said unto the blind man again, what sayest thou of him that he hath opened your eyes? He said, he is a prophet. But the Jews did not believe concerning him that he had been blind and received his sight, until they called the parents of him that had received his sight. They just can't handle it. They are blowing smoke, right? They're just talking. They just can't accept it. They don't want to accept it. They are biased. They are blind. They are arrogant. They are judgmental. They are inflexible. They are, maybe you could say, angry people, like people that are not cooperating, easily entreated. No, it's not there. So, verse 20, his parents answered, we know that this is our son, that he was born blind. But by what means He now sees, we don't know, or who has opened his eyes, we know not. He is of age, ask him, he shall speak for himself. These words spake his parents because they feared the Jews, for the Jews had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was Christ, he should be put out of the synagogue. Therefore said his parents, he is of age, ask him. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said, give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He answered and said, whether he is a sinner or not, I don't know. One thing I know, I was blind, now I see. Now, that sentence 24, give God the praise. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I don't praise God. I was blind. I don't understand. Give God the praise. It's like, yeah. I mean, anything else new about this? This is incredible. I mean, I'm the one that was blind. Now I see. I should tell you to give God the praise. I mean, you're the people with the problem. Like, I'm happily living my life as a seeing man by a miracle of grace. And they say, give God the praise. This man is a sinner, this man that healed you. Or do they mean this man who was blind is a sinner? I mean, these are really, really unhappy people. Talking about a man who's been healed of blindness. Has that ever happened in the history? I mean, help me. I just thought about this. Anywhere in the Old Testament where a blind man was healed? I mean, we have Elijah, right? His bones raising a man from the dead. Do we have anybody healed of blindness in the Old Testament? I think it says in the gospel that this has never happened, a blind man healed, until Jesus came. So, verse, where is it? 25. Whether he is a sinner or not, I don't know. One thing I know, I was blind, now I see. Then said they to him again, what did he to thee? What did he to thee? This will be the third time. How opened he thine eyes? He answered, I told you already, and you did not hear. Wherefore would you hear it again? Will you also be his disciples? Huh? I mean, we should get a little feisty sometimes. Huh? Maybe we should be more on the offensive. Maybe we should go at it with these people, right? Then they reviled him and said, you are his disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. We know that God spake unto Moses. As for this fellow, we know not from whence he is. The man answered and said, why, herein is a marvelous thing, that you don't know where he is from, and yet he has opened my eyes. He's actually saying, like, you guys are dummies. You don't know who this is, and yet this great miracle. Now we know that God hears not sinners. Now we know that God hears not sinners, but if any man be a worshiper of God, he does his will, him he hears. Since the world began, it was not heard that any man opened the eyes of one that was born blind. That's the verse, isn't it? Meaning, from the beginning of time, there is no record in the Old Testament of any blind man seeing. But now it's happened. I'm the guy. I was blind and now I see. Okay. Verse 33. If this man were not of God, he could do nothing. They answered and said unto him, you was altogether born in sin, and dost thou teach us? And they cast him out. What do you think? It's like arrogance, isn't it? It's arrogance. It's they're in charge. It's their way. Jesus heard they had cast him out, and when he had found him, he said unto him, dost thou believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? Jesus said, Thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talks with you. He said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. And Jesus said, For judgment I'm come into this world. Wow, imagine that. For a judgment I came into the world. But we read in John 7, I don't judge, but my word will judge in the last day. I came not into the world to judge the world. I came into the world to save it. Okay. But then he says here, but these situations are ordained of God to make it clear that some people are in darkness and some people are in light. That in some cases, these situations are ordained of God, just so that we can find out who's on one side of an issue and who's on the other side of an issue. In 1 Corinthians 11:19, it says, it's needed that there would be divisions among you. It's really ordained of God there would be divisions among you. Isn't that good? Wait a minute. Let's read. Find it. How many know the verse I'm talking about? Yeah? Okay. 1 Corinthians 11. I'm at 1 Corinthians 11:19. What? Yeah, but I mean, the one I'm talking about is 1 Corinthians 11:19. You might be talking about another one, which we can look at, but the one I'm looking at is 1 Corinthians. Let me read it, and don't argue with me. 2 Corinthians. Well, that's fine. Read 2 Corinthians, but I'm reading 1 Corinthians 11:19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be manifest among you. What does it mean? There must be heresies among you, differences among you, so that we will find those that are on the right side of an issue. You know, that's okay. There's, like this story is a good example. All right, this man is healed. Now what surfaces? Differences. Those differences are ordained of God to be manifest. That those are people are saying, we are of Moses, we are of God, get out of here. You are out. Who else is outside? Jesus is outside. And he finds them, and they're together. Which group do you want to be with? Maybe some of you, let me emphasize that, would rather be in the temple with those people, ridiculing and mocking and lying, not being honest and humble. And some of you would like to be outside with the blind man healed and with Jesus. I don't know, who do you want to go to coffee with? But that's ordained of God to be manifest who is on what side of the issue. And if you and I want to be on the side of truth and love and be spirit-filled, we'll find ourselves together in that fellowship. But if we have another spirit, then it just takes these circumstances to bring that to the surface and say we have a different spirit. You know, you're on that side of the issue, we're on this side of the issue. Isn't that interesting? I mean, this rap had turned out to be a good one. I had my doubts in the beginning, but look at where we're at. It's a good one. Now let's go to the people that are so concerned about 2 Corinthians. What verse are we missing? What? Did we have one? I mean, maybe there's a relevant text in 2 Corinthians that I missed. Anyway, this is the one that came to my mind. Let's read it one more time. 1 Corinthians 11:19. It's like, is there division? Some people say division is bad, but actually here it's saying it has its value because now there's a manifestation of something, in a kind of well, kiderult is the Hungarian word. Ulana knows it, right? What's the meaning of it? Yeah. It kind of opened, it appeared, it was manifested. It was, I don't even know why I mean, that word, it just comes to my mind. I like it. Yeah, it's in a process, and it kind of, like a flower kind of blooming or something evolving, and you kind of find where something is going, what happens. It appears to us like we see it. So this story has one of those. Like, it becomes clear that there's two different sides of this story. Those that are really loving Jesus and who he is, what he did, and on his side, and those that are ridiculing and judging and like very destructive on the other side. So 1 Corinthians 11:19, it's written there this way, for there must be heresies among you. All right, who would want to write that in the Bible? There must be heresies that you would rather write. And there must be peace and unity among you. There must be the same mind and heart and agreement among you. But that's not what it says. It says there has to be these things that happen that produce an effect of where you find people on the different side of an issue. And that means you will find your people. We will find our people in that group where they are like walking with Jesus in humility, finding the heart and the mind of God. One example could be the Bible is inerrant. Well, there's different schools of theology on that divided the church. Another one could be gay marriage. Another one could be like ordaining women. There could be a number of issues that could be brought up theologically and historically and say, well, I'm on a different side of that issue. Then that's fine. You live your life and we live ours. That's fine. We that's, but I want to be on this side of that issue. Like, this is where I want to be, and I want to learn there and grow in that. Okay, closing, John 9. Where did we drop off? Verse 39. For judgment I'm come into this world, that they which see not might see, and they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard these words and said unto him, are we blind also? And Jesus said, if you were blind, you should have no sin. But now you say, we see, therefore your sin remains. Mm-hmm. If you were blind, maybe because you could admit that you are blind and need me, you would say, if you were blind, you should have no sin. Yeah, if you could say you need me, then you would not be living in sin. But if you say, we see, we know it all, then you become this judgmental and you are blind. Okay? Amen. God bless you.